And hello everyone, welcome to Season 2 of my as-yet unnamed new show. Season 1 was 80 Days, Season 2 is Dwarf Fortress. Now, I intend to do several fortresses, but I'm just going to start off with one, probably 10 episode series, if I can get it to work right. Basically, each fortress will have a specific goal. This current fortress will be, as an introduction, simply, in 10 years, create a fortress that is self-sufficient. That's it. That's it. So for those of you who are new to Dwarf Fortress, I'm going to go over what I'm using and what the game is, etc. So you can find Dwarf Fortress at, bring up, where am I thing? Bay 12, oh no, that's the wrong address. Crap. 1 second, guys. Yeah. It's bay12games.com/dwarves. And in the forums, I will be posting links to all this in the description, by the way. In the forums, you will find a link to the starter pack, also called the Lazy Noob Pack. I'm using it just as, because some of you guys want to play along. Some people might want to play along, so I'm using the Lazy Noob Pack. I haven't modified pretty much anything. Using standard ASCII graphics with the Dawnbringer colors. It's just a different color scheme, because it's easier on the eyes. Aside from that, I am using Dwarf Therapist, which is also included in the pack and in the forums if you want it. I don't think there's really anything else going on. Yes. Yeah, that's all that's going on. So I just generated a world. This is a large world, a large world with high savagery, with the maxed out savagery and maxed out oh god, the monsters essentially, and maxed out resources. So it should be a lot of resources, but also a lot of very evil things in the world. So what you're looking at, I think you can see my mouse. Let me look. Yes, you can see my mouse. So this map here is the map of the world. This over here is the generation that it was doing. It is year 125 of the Age of Myth in the Enchanted Dimension. All of this is randomly generated. It's got a set of rules that it generates from, and that's it. It doesn't generate anything in terms of quest or, this is what the world is supposed to look like. It just randomly generates, and if it doesn't generate right, it will scrap the whole thing and randomly generate again. So, it is now saving everything. It has generated 125 years of history. Every single person to have lived or died in that history is recorded in every single civilization. Most of them are fairly well developed in terms of character. This game is amazing. Like, literally, in terms of dwarves, anyways, dwarves are the most, because you're playing dwarves, they're the most developed of them all. They have desires, they have life goals, they have dreams and feelings and life experiences and family members and histories and all of that, and even the ones that are randomly generated that you'll never see have all of that. And now it's not responding. It's saving some stuff. Some stuff takes a long time to save, and it's probably not being helped by my OBS being running and by a file transfer that's going on right now. I'm transferring a bunch of my already finished videos to Dropbox. It's 100 gigabytes of videos. I want them off my computer. So here we have the main menu. I went into Create New World, but now I'm going to start playing. I'm going to start playing Dwarf Fortress. Adventure mode is a single person, like a roguelike dungeon crawler type thing. And Legends just lets you view everything in the world. So I'm playing Dwarf Fortress mode. It is processing all the stuff again that you might need as a dwarf. All those letters and symbols and gobbledygook, those are all creatures in the world. Each one of those represents a creature or creature type. I'm not entirely sure. It's kind of opaque. It's just randomly passing a few days by so that nothing goes weird. And I have no idea how I'm actually going to format this video, by the way. This chunk that I'm recording will probably be all in one cut, but Yeah, I think I know how to format this, actually. I think I've got some ideas. Okay, so I'm going to select a place, and you can see I move the cursor around on the left-hand big map there. I move the cursor around, and on the right hand you see that's the larger over map. This is a more zoomed in version here on the left, and on the very left side, the little square, is the local map. That's like incredibly zoomed in, detailed, etc. So I'm going to find a place, and I'll be back with you in a moment. Alright guys, I think we found our spot. It should be a rather easy embark. Easy mode, kind of. What we have here, if you look up in the local map, you see where I've highlighted a 3x3 square. Right? And that 3x3 square consists of two separate biomes. Biome 1, flashing in X's right now, has sand, clay, deep soil, shallow metals, and deep metals, which is all good. Biome 2, on the other side, has sand, deep soil, and aquifer, shallow metals, deep metals, and fluxstone. Basically, this embark should have everything. We have a river nearby, we've got fresh water, we've got lots of trees. Should be a lot of fun, and for extra fun, we are about a stone's throw away from a truly massive goblin fortress. Let's embark, shall we? You have selected on an area with an aquifer. It might be difficult to obtain stone here. It won't be difficult because the aquifer only contains about a third of the map. Now, we have some preset embarkment kits, etc., that you can use to start out easy with, but we're going to make our own, and I'll be back with you as soon as we're done. Alright, and I think we are done. So, I'll just run over what we have. We have 3 miners. These 3 on the top here all have 10 in mining. This is just to start off with. We can assign other people to do whatever we want. That's fairly easy. So you got 3 miners and a woodcutter, and most of them will be assigned to other jobs when they're not doing that. We have 1 spearman. He's an adequate spearman, adequate fighter, skilled discipline to ensure he doesn't run from battle, and an adequate teacher so that he can teach others. We have 1 sort of administrator, record keeper, organizer, appraiser, and diagnostician. And you know what? Actually, let's put 2 of those into surgeon as well. Oh, I have no more points. Never mind. You have a certain number of points down here where it says points 0. You have a certain number of points, and you have to have enough to put more skills in. This is just, you're buying stuff, essentially. And then we have 1 peasant that we're going to adapt to our needs as we need them. He'll be whatever. We'll make him into whatever. And then if we hit tab, most of this game is played with a keyboard, by the way. There are very few mouse commands for this game. Hotkeys are not just optional, they are a necessity. We bought 3 copper pickaxes, 1 copper battle axe. That's for the miners and the woodcutter. We have a bronze spear and copper shield for our spearmen. We have 3 dogs. If you look on this side, on the right side here, we have 3 dogs, female, 1 male dog, to ensure a breeding population. We have 1 female cat and 1 male cat, also to provide breeding population, but we don't want too many cats for a reason. I'll show you the reason later. Cats are a problem, though. We got 4 hens and a rooster. Eggs will be very useful to us. And we have 1 female and male alpaca, because they don't eat as much as llamas do, and they provide stuff like wool and milk, so they're useful. And then there's a whole bunch of other animals you can get to if you want. Like I might do a fortress someday that revolves entirely around farming every single type of animal in the game. But and then we have a whole bunch of beer, a whole bunch of boozes, beer, wine, ale, and rum, because dwarves require alcohol. If dwarves don't get alcohol, they go crazy. And then we have a bunch of seeds to grow other things. All of these, plump helmets, pigtails, cave wheat, and sweet pods can all be brewed into alcohol or eaten on their own. So, and I think pigtail can be spun into clothing instead. So that's also useful. Because if dwarves go naked, they get crazy. We have food. We have 18 prepared leopard lungs and 30 prepared mosquito brains, and 15 cave fish, and 15 plump helmets, Don't ask me what mosquito brains are. I'm not really sure what they are, but we have 30 of them. Not sure how big the mosquitoes need to be that we can harvest their brains, but I'm kind of scared of that. Just saying. And then we have an iron anvil to start off our metalworking stuff. So, we are now going to name our fortress and our group and create our symbol. So I will be back with you in just a second. Alright, we have our name. We are Doom Dungeon. Ah, there we go. The bold halls. That will do. You can just hit R and it'll generate a random name. That works out pretty well. And then the symbol will take another... Oh, it's just regular Y. The symbol will take another thing. So, give me a second, guys. Alright, guys. We have our symbol. The Dagger of Slayers. Kind of weak, but whatever. The Dagger of Slayers is an image of a large dagger, a goblin, and 2 dwarves. The goblin is being flayed by the large dagger. The 2 dwarves are striking a triumphant pose. Suck it. Why? Done. Awesome. Alright. Embark. You have arrived. After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all Kivish levies. I don't remember what that means. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance, whether by bolt, plow, or hook. Provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you, but it is spring now. Enough time to delve secure lodgings ere the giant lions get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins at this place. Doom Dungeon. Strike the earth. Alright, we are paused. We are going to look around a bit. So, what we see is that on one side... Okay, so... everything is ASCII art. There are other graphic packs if you want to use them. I typically don't. So this might take you a bit to get used to, but you'll get used to it eventually. So around here, you see our wagon here, and our dwarves are little smiley faces. In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to zoom in just a little. There. That's closer than I usually like it. I'm trying to get a good zoom here. This will be an experimental episode. Very experimental. Okay. So this is a bit closer than I usually like it. The dwarves are these little circle symbols here. Dwarf, 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 dwarf. There's another one. The cat, or no. Yeah. So the chickens are these sort of C's here. These, what color is that? Reddish C's. This is a horse. This is a dog. The lowercase d's are dogs. Yeah, you'll get the point. It takes a little while to get used to, but you'll get the point eventually. So what we have over here is a cliffside. It looks like a cliffside, but we can't see any farther into it. That's the edge of the map. Over here we have another cliff that drops down just one level, and then if we go down one level, we see that here is like a large plain with here's our brook, here's our stream. So that's a good sort of permanent or semi-permanent water source. I don't know if it freezes in winter or not. What is this? This is a tree. Yes. Okay. So all these little O's or zeros here, they're all tree trunks. And you can see as we go upwards, the trees go up. So these are all fairly high trees. So that's good. They'll give us lots of wood. Most of this cliffside looks to be made of sand or dirt. Yes, yellow sand and peat. So that's a sort of very rich organic earth or dirt. So this place should work out well for us. Okay, so I'm going to stop my recording here. We're not leaving the episode. I'll be right back, guys. But I've got to figure out exactly how to record this thing now. So I will be back with you guys very, very shortly. Alright, and we are back. Hello again. So it's been a few days. I finished the editing on the previous segment that I did. So now I think I have a slightly better idea of how to proceed. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to do all our starting stuff set up. So we hit I'll name off the hotkeys as I use them, just at least in the first few episodes, just to give you guys a feel. So we hit D for designate, and then T to chop down trees. We need wood to start off. I mean, it's super useful, super handy. So okay, so what we do, yeah, we hit D and T, and then we hit enter, and that, if you can see, I'm going to zoom in right there, makes a little flashing plus sign, and you just, it's like clicking and dragging with a mouse. You just drag the cursor over and select and highlight a whole bunch of trees to chop down. Bam, done. You can also set priority with the plus and minus keys on a numpad if you have one, so you can make like priority. Yeah, I think 1 is the highest priority. So if I did this, all those tree chopping now that's the highest priority. The woodcutter will do nothing but chop those trees. We're also going to need to dig a fortress. We're going to need to dig underground because that's where dwarves are best. If dwarves spend too much time in the sunlight, or well, rather, if dwarves spend a lot of time underground and then too much time in the sunlight, they will start getting sick. So we're going to dig a 5-wide hallway here. And it's, again, priority 1. We want this done. And then we hit H for a channel, but that's actually, it digs a ramp. It digs a ramp downward. And then we go down 1 level, down 1 more. And we dig another, oh, that's too far. We dig another channel down, and down 1 more level, and dig another channel down. That all lines up. And 1 more level, and we hit D. And then we have a proper, our fortress proper will be down here in the depths. Okay, so that's done. Did I? Look. Yeah, no, that's marked as dig. Okay, I didn't know if that was marked as being as digging it or not. And then we will need to set up a pasture for all of our animals. So we hit I to set up a zone. And the zone will be right in front of our front gate for reasons. There's an actual reason for that. So that marks out a zone, same way as everything else. You just essentially, you know, click and drag without clicking. And then you have over there in the, over here, it says Activity Zone 1. You can set it up for anything. You can set it up if you put it over water. If you put it over water, you can make it a water source or a fishing source. You can make a place where this is the only place they could gather or pick fruit. Make a garbage dump. Make a pen. Make a pond. You know, you can harvest sand or clay from a sandy area or a clay area, which we'll probably do later. We can make a meeting area, a hospital, or animal training. But we are going to make a pen. No, that's the wrong one. Pen or pasture. And then we hit capital N, so Shift N, to select what animals go into the pen. And we're going to put all of our hens, our rooster, our alpacas, and our horses. Now, interesting thing, we came into this map with a wagon, so we had horses to draw it. We don't always have horses. Sometimes you have oxen, sometimes you have a horse and an ox. It's random. And we got lucky to get a male and female horse, so we have a breeding population of horses. So we can use that. Okay, now we also can hit U, and that will take us into our units screen. The first tab here shows all of our citizens, and I'll be renaming them. You can rename your citizens too. I'll rename them eventually. Next tab over shows our pets and our livestock. So you can see our hens, our cats, our alpacas, our horses, our dogs. Over here you have others, and we have a whole bunch of carp in the lake. In a previous version, that would be a bad thing. I'll tell you the story as these guys get to work. So watch the wagon. I unpause, and they grab their equipment and run off and do things. There they go. So in a previous version, the developer of the game, Toady, actually said, "I think I made the carp too hardcore." Oh no, we can't build over here. Never mind, guys. We can't build over here. I forgot. There's an aquifer under there. All right. So let's dig a new channel then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, and then yeah, and then down one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then down one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. I had forgotten about the aquifer. Alright, and then that, and I'll show you the reason for that in a minute. Although that means that this tunnel is lopsided. Everything must be symmetrical! Yes, that is good. Okay, so while they dig that then, that new place, which actually let's... Okay, so fun trick. To undo designations, you hit X in the D screen, the designation screen. You hit X and you can do that across Z levels. So that's a newer update that they did and I like it a lot. Yeah, see, look here. This filled up with water. You can see on the bar here it says water 7 of 7. It filled up with water immediately. There's an aquifer under there. We can't get under there, so we are going to have to dig on the other side of the map. Also, if you zoom in here, you can see all of these little underscores here are all wood logs. A lot of wood logs, actually. So we're gonna have plenty of wood. Yep, and they are digging just fine. So in previous versions, the developer accidentally gave carp the wrong attributes, and they were pulling dwarves they were pulling dwarves away from the shore. Oh, crap. Crap. I messed this up. Okay. I stopped too far. Actually, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna do some building. We're gonna hit B for the build menu, and then capital C for the constructions. And we're going to go down to floor, and we're going to build, and we have to hit, you can expand like the footprint of what you're building by using U and M for the height, and K and H for the width. And then you hit enter to place, and then you select your materials. And we are selecting, sure, custard apple wood logs. And you just hit shift enter to select them all. And then we need a guy to do, we need our woodcutter. Or no, you know what? Let's get, which of you is, no, you're the spear dwarf. We don't want you. Let's get you. Yeah, okay, so, let's get you, we hit Z on the unit screen to focus on the unit, and then P and L to get to labors. And we're going to make you a carpenter. And let's, oh, that's right. Off camera, I did do one thing. I made sure that his labors were all, so that I gave everyone some extra labors, just so that, you know, we don't have to worry about any BS. Actually, I'm going to throw up a screenshot of the Dwarf Therapist screen. So give me a second. I'll be right back. And we are back. That should give you an idea of what everyone has enabled as a labor, as their job, you know, what they do for a living, etc. So, we should continue the dig. and someone will be along to build these floors. There we go. There we go. We got 2 people building floors. Fairly easy, fairly simple. And 1 more to go. There we go. Done. Alright, now we're going to build B, Shift D to build a trade depot. This is absolutely essential. And I messed up the... damn it. Whatever. Yeah, okay. So, trade depot here. Absolutely essential to build a trade depot. If you don't have one, by the time the traders arrive, you won't get any trading done, and you will probably starve to death. There are many ways to die in Dwarf Fortress. Alright, we're just going to dig out some basic rooms here. And these will just be... everything up here is just a starter fortress, essentially. This is not a fortress that we need. This is not the end fortress. The end fortress will be much, much grander than this. But I just want to get something set up for the end of the episode here, because that's coming up. You see there's one guy dragging logs to the trade depot. There's 2 guys mining out the new rooms. And yeah, it looks like all of the trees, or most of the trees, have been chopped down now. Just has a few more to go. Well done. Yeah, I think all the animals have been put into their pasture, which we need to move the pasture now. That's no longer a good pasture spot. So let's do that. It's I, and then you make the thing, and then N, and then capital N. And you can see when something has the brackets around it, when it has a white bracket, it means it's pastured somewhere else. If it has a gray bracket with a plus sign on the other side of it, that means that it's pastured here. So, they all should be moved now. Alright, okay, so that's almost done. They're almost done digging that out. So, first things first, we need to get everything stored. So, P is the hotkey for creating storage space. So we'll hit F to create a food storage area, because that's absolutely essential. And then there's all these other storage things that we can make, but I'm going to hit C instead, make a custom storage, T to customize what exactly gets put in there, and then we have all these options. So E will enable storage options. So I'm going to enable animals, furniture, bars and blocks, gems, finished goods, leather, cloth, wood, weapons, armor, and sheets, even though we don't have any paper yet. I'm just enabling it for the sake of enabling it. And we put that one there. And that should be enough space to store everything we have. So, now we will go into B to build, and then W for workshops. And we'll need to make some basic workshops to get us started. A carpenter's workshop there, and a mason's workshop beneath it, and a craft dwarf workshop beneath it. And actually, we're going to dig that out one more there. And now we wait. There's a lot of waiting in this game, actually. Not a lot, but there's some waiting in this game. What is that? I don't know what you are. A lungfish. I'm gonna set up my military real quick while we're waiting. Military, we hit. Okay, I forgot. You hit M to go to your military screen. You hit C to create a squad. You select what sort of armor they want. You can customize your uniform later if you want to. Metal armor, and then put in. Scroll over on the list on the right there. You find the guy. It says adequate spear dwarf up at the top. Hit enter. He's now our militia commander. Well done. Now, you are going to go down here. You can't kill lungfish. It's just a fish. Okay. But yes, and then it creates a random name for the squad. Our squad is called the Disemboweled Dies, which is kind of funny. But now he is officially our militia commander. And then we hit N to go to the nobility screen. Because you can get nobles, you can get mayors and dukes and kings and other things like that. But we want to assign someone to the manager position, the chief medical dwarf, the broker, and the bookkeeper. And then we hit S and set the bookkeeping to all counts accurate. This is actually a fairly strange thing, because if you set it to all counts accurate, then it will accurately tally up everything you have, even if you have like a million of whatever. But I don't know if this is still true in the new versions, but this is the way it used to be. In the old versions, once he made accurate counts of everything, he never needed to count again. Like, once you've made the accurate counts of things, you'll never again need to count anything. So, you know what? Actually, let's take wood out of this thing, because we've got so much wood it's going to clog up the entire thing. So, disable. Oh, you hit S to change settings when you're hovering over. Okay, so God, so many hotkeys to explain, and so many that are just muscle memory to me now, and they'll be muscle memory to you too eventually. So Q will show you detailed information on stockpiles and buildings and whatnot. Like, there's a detailed information on a building, there's detailed information. So you hit Q and then S to change stockpile settings. Yeah. So, where was I now? What story was I telling now? Damn it. Yeah. So once the bookkeeper had counted out everything in your fortress, even if like you started counting now, essentially right where the fortress is now, even 20 years down the line when you've got 10 million stones lying around, he'll never need to count them. They'll already know how many stones you have. At least that's how it was earlier, so I don't know if that's how it is now. So, below the craft workshop, we're going to place, God damn it, a mechanics workshop. And all of these are just made out of logs for now. And then on the other side, we're going to have some food-related stuff. We're going to have a still, a distillery. We're going to have a butcher's shop, a tanner's shop, and will a leatherworks fit up there? Yes, a leatherworks. Done. And then we're going to dig a new door, because this is a bad place for a door. Okay. And then once those are set up, that will be basically all we need in terms of initial shops. So we're going to go into here, we're going to hit Q, go to the carpenter's workshop, hit A to add new task. And you can see here, you can make stuff out of wood. Anything you want out of wood that can be made out of wood. What we're going to do is we're going to construct beds. The hotkey for these is B, so you can very rapidly just hit A, B, 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 A, B. And that will create a bunch of beds, which our dwarves will need, because if they don't sleep in a bed, they will go crazy. Eventually. And then the mason's workshop, we're going to make them all have individual bedrooms. So we're going to hit A, again, to add a task, and then we're going to make doors, which is D. Or, not S, D. So just, again, AD, 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 AD. And then we're going to go down to the craft dwarf workshop, which this makes artistic stuff, right? You make stuff out of bone and tooth and pearl and wax and yarn and leather and all these things. You make crafts, you make instruments, you make all the stuff that you usually use to sell. But what we're going to do, we're going to make rock crafts, and we're going to hit R. That sets it to repeat. So actually, wait, we can't do that. We don't have any rock yet. No, don't remove it. We don't have any rock yet. Never mind. We can't do that yet. But what we are going to do, we are going to extend this hallway out that way. Ooh, but we can't go too far because we'll hit the aquifer. In fact, yeah, we're going to just bring it to there, and then we're going to hit J, which makes downward sloping staircases. And then we're going to hit I, which makes staircases that can go in either direction. We're going to make up downstairs down to about there. Now, way over here at the bottom right, you see a number. It says 120. That's what Z level we are at. So as we go up, the number goes up. As we go down, the number goes down. It's handy. It's handy to know. So our main layer of the base is at 132. and we can go down to 120. That's how far down we're going. Surface level then is at 135, 136, 137, because it's a 3-level place essentially. Oh right, we can't make doors either. Sorry. Okay, so A is announcements, and you can see here. Here's where we found the damp stone. Here's where we accidentally dug a little bit deeper than we wanted, and here's where it says we can't make doors because we have no rock. We have no stone. So, yeah, A's announcements, they're super useful. You know, announcements are always needed. Yes, 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 we can't make stone. We can't make doors because we have no stone. But I think that's where we're actually going to leave it off for today. They're all still dragging stuff in, so I might just let them do that off camera and dig the rest of this off camera. But we're going to sign off here for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Oh, finally it gets to digging. Yeah, we're going to leave it off here. Thanks for watching. Next one will be coming up next week. So hopefully I can get all these edited on time. I'm actually giving myself a deadline, which I don't usually do, so we'll see what happens. See you later, guys. Have fun. Bye.